I have to admit the truth, the uncomfortable truth that as a human being I possess almost zero positive qualities. Except for just one, I am not generative AI, so everything I say comes uniquely from my deranged brain, and I don't think any LLM can produce stuff as deranged as my brain can produce. I don't know why I started this video this way. Let's just talk about Hazbin Hotel, because I watched episodes 3 and 4, and the episodes 5 and 6 are already out, everyone watched them. And I'm still with episodes 3 and 4 because I'm a little slow. In every sense of the word, I'm very slow. So what I have to say right now is that I think the second season so far is way better written than season 1. I mean, I did enjoy season 1, of course. I think season 1 was good, was enjoyable. Just the first 2 episodes of season 1 weren't really good in my opinion. It's a good thing that they released 4 episodes, simultaneously, episodes 1 to 4 in January 2024, because I think a lot of people would have quit after just first 2 episodes. And to be honest, what improved significantly, I'd say 2 things. And let's now focus on the first thing, which is, in my opinion, pacing. Pacing in such shows is very important. Yes, it is still a fast-paced show. It is still a show that is based around the loud dialogues, jokes, and the action and stuff. But the pacing improved significantly. Now it feels natural, because as probably many people noted already, the first season really suffered from the fact that the writers had to cram a lot, like really a lot, into just 8 to 24 minutes episodes. Like they were trying to introduce, or to many people reintroduce, because most people who watch the show watch the pilot. Okay, they had to introduce the whole setting, introduce hell, heaven, introduce all the characters, introduce the hotel, the concept of the hotel. For people who haven't seen the pilot, they had to reintroduce all of that. They had to introduce lots of characters, the characters in the hotel, the V's, the overlords, the characters from heaven. They had to introduce all of that. They had to introduce multiple plot lines, and they had to make some plot reveals, and then they had to end this whole thing with an epic battle between heaven and hell. And for that, they literally just had 8 short episodes for that. This is why the whole season felt extremely fast-paced, extremely uneven, and the first 2 episodes felt really slice of life, really slow. Then from the 3rd episode, when we get introduced to the overlords of hell, when we get introduced to the angelic weapon that Camilla Carmine found, when the plot starts kicking in. So yeah, that was the problem. And season 2, it is much better paced. It's fast, but it's fast in a good way. It's fast in a way that it's quirky, it's hectic, but it's not poorly written. We get the backstories of characters. We get more we get to know more about the characters. We get to see more regular, everyday interactions between characters, and everything just moves very smoothly, in my opinion. So in season 1, they were trying to get from the introduction of the lore to the point of the battle, to some very pivotal moment, through just 8 episodes. And season 2 just doesn't feel that way. They're just coming to a very natural point where to end the second season. Yes, I still believe that 8, even 28 minutes episodes, it's not really much. May remind you that we don't need to look too far into the past. People like to use examples like Avatar: The Last Airbender, which had 25 episodes, 20 episodes if I'm not mistaken, use that as some sort of standard, that Back in the day, we had 20 episodes per season, but you don't need to look that far. The Owl House season 1, which started in 2020, also had 20 episodes. Also had 20 episodes per season. And I think that's pretty good standard. And 8 episodes is not enough, but the writers do not just get enough praise. If they had 20 episodes and everything felt too hectic still, then that would have been the problem of the writers. But they're literally trying to do as much as they can with the constraints, with the limitation that they have regarding the time constraints. My brain just stopped working right now, and I repeated the thing that I already said. So the whole season 2 just feels more organic, I would say, and thus I'm enjoying it more than I enjoyed season 1. Although I liked season 1, I rewatched it a few times, especially episode 7, which still remains my favorite episode of the whole show. And another factor is that the show now seems more, I would say, more genuine, because the less I say the characters have become less obnoxious. There are less obnoxious characters in general now. Like Adam was the most obnoxious character of the show. Like I genuinely did not enjoy him. I understand that he was supposed to be this very annoying jerk, misogynist, so we're supposed to dislike, although weirdly enough a lot of people like him, but I think he was a horrible character. I understand that was the intent, to make him absolutely horrible and unbearable. And if that was the intent, then yeah, they succeeded. He's a terrible character, and I hated every single moment of him. I hated his parts in Lute's Gravity song in episode 2. Absolutely hated them. So he's gone now. He's got killed. So the less Adam, the better. We only got Vox now as an obnoxious character, but when Vox got some redeeming qualities, some redeeming backstory. So far, his relationship with Alistair, I never considered Velvet to be obnoxious, to be honest. I mean, I really like her as a character. I like her character design, and I like the voice acting for her. And speaking of the character backgrounds, it's a really good thing that we're getting the backgrounds, including what characters did when they were humans back on Earth, how they got into hell, what kind of crimes they committed. We learn more and more about the characters, and thus we get more and more attached to the characters. It's actually very interesting thing about season 1 that we got so attached to characters without really knowing about them much, but now we know even more about them. I should also note that I really think Charlie Morningstar, she is my favorite character of the show. Lute might be my favorite in this season particularly, but overall Charlie is obviously the best character to me. Maybe not obvious, but to me she is. And I think she is very mistreated. I mean, I just think she really works her ass off in order to make everything work, in order to make life just a bit better for everybody. This redemption thing of hers, like the extermination does not threaten her. She's not under threat as Lucifer's daughter. So she totally doesn't have to do that. She doesn't do that to get saved herself eventually. And she can't, I don't think she even can go to heaven, because she's literally a fallen angel. She probably cannot, she's not a regular sinner, she cannot go up there. So she genuinely cares for people, for her friends, she wants to help everyone, and she's still very much mistreated by pretty much everyone, I feel, except Veggie, still only Veggie, who genuinely appreciates her. And when she has this psychotic moment when she becomes mentally unstable in episode 3, after all everything she went through, after she learned that her redemption thing worked, as Emily tells her briefly that Pensius is in heaven. Then her interaction with Vox, all this defamation from Vox, all this propaganda from Vox, it all just it all just makes her extremely mentally unstable. She has this episode, she comes up with an idea to prove that redemption works, uh, by literally speedrunning Angel's redemption, by redeeming him in just one day. And it was obvious it wasn't gonna work. And as they were doing this thing, speedrun redeeming Angel Dust, they absolutely saw that this thing was not working whatsoever. And still nobody told her anything. Nobody tried to sit down with her, not even Veggie. But Veggie is not the only one around her, is not the only friend of hers. Nobody tried to sit down with her, talk to her, give her a cup of, I don't know, what they drink in hell, tea. Well, I certainly like tea. Nobody tried to sit down to give her a cup of tea or something like that, or maybe a cup of brandy. I don't know what they like to drink. They seem to have a lot of alcohol in the hotel, so basically alcohol hotel at this point. And nobody tried, as I said, to sit down and talk to her, to explain to her that she shouldn't, be gullible, that she shouldn't follow the Vox's manipulation. Told her that Vox is literally trying to manipulate her, trying to spin her image as this kind of horrible dictator that everyone in hell must resist. This propaganda that tries to paint her as a dictator, Vox's propaganda. So nobody tried to explain to her that she should relax, calm down, that she shouldn't fall into this trap. She falls into this trap. She gives herself a psychotic episode, maniac episode. And when everything doesn't work, when Husk almost dies, when Angel almost sacrifices himself, and when this train that Nifty was riding, it turns out the brake doesn't work, and Nifty literally almost killed. We should talk about it more. That she's a psychopath. She almost killed Angel Dust and Husk. Was played as a joke, of course, but she almost murdered them. That should be noted. Okay, seriously though, until that moment, nobody tried to stop her. And then obviously, Angel Dust got mad at her. Then Husk was absolutely unhappy. It's like nobody treated her fairly. I think it's just like nobody even tries to help her properly except Veggie. And when Veggie isn't there for her most of the time, to be honest. When she tries to defend someone, when she goes into the demon form in episode 4 of season 1, trying to defend Angel from Valentina, Angel gets mad at her. It's understandably so. But still, and in the third episode of season 2, she also defends Angel against Vox, and once again he gets mad at her. I just wish she was treated better, and I think she tries very hard, but it doesn't seem like people actually appreciate what she's achieved, except Veggie, of course, Yeah. One thing that we were discussing, writing, the most important part in my opinion, the one that I'm focusing on. But the animation also improved. The animation quality in season 1 surprisingly wasn't all that great. I expected better because they had the Amazon budget backing from. It's not like an indie show on YouTube anymore, not like Hello Boss, which surprisingly has better animation and Hazbin Hotel, especially since this episode. So, but the overall quality of animation improved, the fight scenes improved. I mean, I love the You Didn't Know song, I love it to death, to be honest. It was my most streamed song from 2024, and I have proof of that. I have a screenshot on my phone to prove how crazy and deranged I am. But the animation was a bit rough, like really rough. Like the moment when Charlie and Emily start singing together, like they grab each other's hands and then jump in front of this fire in front of the audience, and the camera moves showing them from sight like this, and Yeah, I'm really that crazy. I really watch it at the moment multiple times so I can describe it in detail. I must admit I'm not proud of that, but what can I do? What can I say? I'm not really proud. So, but seriously, there are no moments like this in season 2. It's very smooth. It's very good. One thing that didn't really improve, however, in my opinion, is music soundtrack. I mean, the songs are decent. We even got more songs like per episode. In season 1 we had 2 songs per episode. Now we have 10 songs per 4 episodes, which is 2.5 songs per episode. Some episodes have 2, some have 3. So far the only memorable one was Gravity to me. To be honest, I didn't really enjoy Gravity when I first heard it. It sounded like some generic butt rock from the 2000s. Yeah, you know, Evanescence and stuff, you know, what teenagers listened to in the 2000s, what Vivzy Pop probably listened to in high school, that kind of stuff. But it absolutely works great in the context of the show, in the context of Lute as a character. When we understand her or her rage of her, you know, she experienced the death of the only person she cared about. The only person she cared about was obviously Adam. She cared about him. She loved him. She was infatuated with him, and he got killed. And seemingly nobody in heaven even cares about it. Neither Sarah nor Emily nor even the Adam's own son, which is Abel, voiced by the guy from Fall Out Boy, Patrick Stump. Yeah, that guy. So even the guy from Fall Out Boy didn't care about Adam's death. So obviously she was infuriated, and her fury, it was her. And this song Gravity was born in her very raw, very intimate fury that she felt. And in that context, Gravity is an absolutely great character song. So after watching the episode, I love the song now. It's the only song from season 2 that I'm enjoying so far, listening on repeat. I think it's not really fair to compare the seasons by music so far, and not because the full season 2 hasn't been released yet, but because the soundtrack needs time. Like, I didn't start listening to season 1 soundtrack immediately right away. Only after the show ended, I started listening to some songs slowly, song by song, until I ended up, you know, going marathons listening to entire soundtrack. Luckily, it's not too long. And now I memorized almost every song from season 1. So something like that might happen to season 2, but you know, it just didn't stand the trial of time so far yet. But yes, so far season 1 has better songs in my opinion, but everything else, the characters, the overall quality of humor, writing and animation are way better in season 2, and I'm very glad that season 2 has improved so much. I'm really glad that we're getting a very good quality show. It's a very quality show right now, and I'm just happy with that. And I'm a bit sad that the show is gonna end in like a few days, I don't know, 5 days from the moment I release this video. So yeah, thanks for your attention. Now I'll just go, and I guess I should watch episodes 5, 6 and see ya, and thank you for staying with me and listening to deranged stuff that my mind produces. My mind does produce some strange stuff. Oh, I also found a really cool Luna t-shirt on Shark Robot, that website. There's a lot of Helva Boss merchandise, and yeah, I don't even feel embarrassed about it. I'll be wearing this cool t-shirt with Luna on it just to show to everyone how crazy I am. Okay, see ya.